Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. It is Josh. I'm coming to you. Night 5 in on Twitter. I just woke up, man. I think it'd be funny to do some morning videos. Just you wake up, man, you got your coffee. Did I put. Hold on. I gotta go fucking turn this coffee pot on. Give me a minute. And there you go. Just do a funny video in the morning, man. You're not awake yet. Your brain's not firing on all cylinders. I didn't have my Tide Pod yet. But good morning, guys. Welcome in. Anyways, yeah, Night 5 in on Twitter. But yet my YouTube channel says H2O Havasu Guy. I got to fix that, man. I mean, I'm going to try to get some things corrected and done right. But yeah, today we are marking the first of 11 glorious days on my vacation. Yes, thank you, thank you. I'm on vacation. I work at a bank. I literally can't tell you by HR policy which one. Been there almost 5 years, man. It's a lot of fun. It's not as glorious as one might think. I deal with a lot of money. I touch a lot of money. I touch money I don't want to touch, especially during the summertime when these chicks want to pull this wad of gross cash out from underneath their boobie and hand it to me. And I don't care how hot you are, sweat is still sweat, and that's still very gross. I want to get this channel going, and I want to, say thank you to Vandecoop on Twitter that's trying to help me out and trying to get me out there, and I really appreciate his help. I've messaged some other people to help me, and I haven't really heard back. I'm sure they're very, very busy. It's not a big deal, man, but I'm getting help. I asked for help, and I'm receiving it, so I'm grateful and I'm thankful. There's some other videos that I posted that are a little rough, and that's true. One video I wanted to review the episode 8 of The Mandalorian. I did a morning video like this. I ate a cookie that may or may have not have been medicated that morning. So I may or yeah, I might have or might not have been. Yeah. So they're a little rough, and they are. There's another one that's about 18 minutes long. I don't want to make really long videos. I want to just try to make my point, say my opinion, and get out and have you guys enjoy and not sit there and be like, you're watching an episode or you're watching The Rise of Skywalker where you can't wait for it to be over. But, any critiquing from you guys, any polishing I need to do, anything to make me better, man, please bring it in, dude. I want to read it all. I want to learn from it. The good book says a wise man has many counselors, and he accepts his counsels. But yeah, so I'm going to try to be better, and nothing in the beginning when you're first starting out. Like the first season of The Mandalorian, some people liked it, some people love it, some people are kind of on the fence about it. I'm just really glad that Ryan loves Baby Yoda. I'm really happy about that. Yeah, today's vacation. First day. I actually last night when I was kind of, hey, shush. Last night I was kind of just, I brought out my original box set of Star Wars, man, my Blu-ray OT, and I put in some special features on it, and remembering what the movie stood for back in the day, remembering that it was people gathering together doing the impossible with the new creation of ILM and everybody just trying to make everything look so good and cared about everything. Even though movies studios out there were just like, this ain't gonna happen. This is gonna be the biggest fucking joke in movie history. Luckily, they were wrong. And Lucas, came out and said this is a movie, and the key factors is that it has to be a fun movie. It has to be, a movie with heroes and villains, and it has to be an enjoyable adventure, man. And that's what it was. And this is a movie that sparked a rebellion across the world that united people. It didn't matter who you are back in that day. You could have been a nerd, you could have been a jock, you could have been anybody you wanted to be or who you were. You know, it doesn't matter, you know, what part of the lunch table you sat at school, man. If you had a Star Wars shirt, man, you were homies. Now, with all this J.J. Abrams stuff going on, I don't know what's up. I have no idea. You know, all I know is that you know, we have these Tide Pod consumers asking for the head of J.J. Abrams, man. I mean, you know, they don't be racist, don't be sexist, don't be misogynist, treat women and people with respect. But we do encourage, if you don't like someone, to fucking murder them immediately. That's one thing I did in the other video. I had the Revenge of the Nerds DVD over my thing. I was going over some movies that I had in my collection that people say there has been diversity in movies. There's been diversity in movies for decades, man. That's that video. I dropped a lot of F-bombs in that one. Like I said, a little rough. I'm going to get better. I'll try not to swear a whole lot because I want to introduce myself in the right way, and I want to go about things well. But, you know, back in the 80s when I grew up, I think it was one of the best times to grow up in the world. It was just, the 80s were just music and entertainment and just like crazy fashion and just peeps, man. It was awesome, I think. But your ass also did get beat in a grocery store if you acted up. You got Mama Bear and Papa Bear having a smoke, you know, freaking trying to think of things to buy, and you're whining over a cereal. And boy, if you acted up, you got the backhand real quick, man. I mean, and nobody walked over during that time and said, hey, I'm going to call CP. No. They walked over and said, I don't think he felt that last one. Mind if I cut in, you know? And that's how it was, man. Other people beat you and nobody gave a shit, which is kind of funny. But when we went to the movies, man, it was mind-blowing. You know, you either walked out of a movie and you were just, wow, man. You could believe in something and just escape from reality and actually think a DeLorean, if you put some plutonium in it, it traveled up to 88 miles an hour. It could transport you forward and back in time. You know, crazy concept, man. But, you know, it was just fun. You know, going to the movies was fun. When you walked out and you didn't like something, you know, you weren't all, oh my God, I can't right now. Oh, I have to call my papa so he can pick me up. Because I really wanted Elliot to get on the spaceship with E.T. and fly away and be friends forever. We didn't do that shit, man. If we walked out of a theater and we didn't like a movie, we're just like, well, that sucked. And that was it. But these kids nowadays, oh my God, I don't even have to get into it. You guys all know. They got to call their therapist. They have to fucking go, like, cry in their safe space, man. They have to go do all kinds of... Oh, my God. These little, oh, God, participant trophy acceptors are amazing. I don't know how they're going to survive life, man. I mean, honest to God. I mean, if we did have the zombie apocalypse, man, they would all probably die first. Vader, shush. I just fed him. But, you know, I mean, whatever it is, man, if that's how they want to live their life and they want to be entitled and, you know, they want to whine at everything and not actually go out and work hard and accomplish anything, that's up to them. But, you know, they're asking for, they're giving this dude death threats, man. I mean, I can't remember me asking for death threats against freaking Steven Spielberg when he made a movie called AI, and it was weird, and I can't even find that movie in the $3 bin. So not every director is going to do a great job. But yeah, I mean, then the leaks came a few days later where somebody's talking about, and I love the video from Ryan. That's the first time I saw it, was from RK Outpost. And, you know, he was right in his words, man. He said, I don't know if this is true. This is all, could be rumor, but it's like when I'm reading it, it feels like it has legibility. It makes sense, and therefore it possibly could be right. But we don't really know unless somebody like Jeremy gets Abrams or Boyega on Geeks and Gamers, and oh man, that would be freaking awesome. Could you imagine that? He's acknowledging the fandom menace. I mean, could you imagine? Like, yeah, you know what, dude? I don't give a shit. I'm J.J. Abrams. I got money in my bank account, dude. I can survive the rest of my life without making another movie. But actually coming out and just verifying that Hollywood and this corporate greed entity is there and it's real. And I think we all know it's there. And, you know, I mean, I can understand people that fund these companies to make these movies. Either it's going to be a bomb or it's going to be, it's going to be great. And they're going to double down, man. You don't know when you walk into Vegas with a couple $100 in your pocket and you want to go throw it on the craps table and you're either going to win, you're going to lose your money. I can get that. But let these creative people that have, these musicians and these storytellers, let them just tell the story. Matter of fact, look at their resume, man. Hey, this guy's done this, these movies gross that, he might be a good hire. But, when they look at a resume, okay, you got 2 movies under your belt. Okay, good. One of which we've vaguely heard about. Yeah, we'll go ahead and give you a Star Wars movie, Rian Johnson. I mean, where do you get this shit? You got Chris Terrio, he wrote BVS and he wrote Justice League. I don't know how much influence, Hollywood has, puppeteering these movies in the editing room or telling people what to do. Kathleen Kennedy, I don't think, does either. She has no idea what she's doing, but you had Lord Miller, who did a great job with the Lego movie, go out and do a solo movie. They were almost done. She walks in with her freaking, strong arm of the women law and fires them. And that's all right, man. They went out and did a movie called Into the Spider-Verse that won an Oscar for Best Animated Feature. So, there you go, buddy. Excuse me. But yeah, man, you need to give these movies to Nolan or Spielberg or James Cameron. I mean, somebody that has some history behind themselves, man. You can't just hand off these movies to somebody, especially when you don't have a plan. And I was watching a video with John Campea one day, and he's like, you gotta have everybody come in, and as Kathleen Kennedy was the leader of Lucasfilm, she came at it as a producer, and she shouldn't have done that. You gotta all sit down at Lucasfilm, and in 2 weeks you guys gotta figure things out, and you guys gotta start here and end here. And I'm like, yeah, we know. Jeremy's been saying this shit for almost 2.5 years. And I tweeted out, I'm like, hey man, why don't, because I know Campea blocked Jeremy. And I'm like, yo, man, why don't, hey, go on with Jeremy and have a discussion. You guys are seeming to be on the same page. Welcome to the party, Campea. You know what I mean? And people said, nah, he won't do it. But why can't they do it, man? I mean, obviously, as fans, regardless of what movies we liked, what movies we don't like, we can all agree that Star Wars is not in a good place. I think that needs to be the foundation. You know what I mean? We all love football, we all have our teams, and we all like to banter and talk shit to our buddies about their team sucks, but it's all in good fun. But none of us can disagree that Star Wars is in a bad place now. We can't disagree with that. So I'm kind of hoping, man, that, after a few weeks and this movie kind of settles in and it kind of sinks into our brains a little bit, because some people went out and watched The Last Jedi and loved it and thought it was great, and then after a few days, their brains started marinating on this movie and really started thinking about the quality of storytelling that we received. So hopefully, I'm really positive that, the fans will reunite again, because we do need to reunite, man. This is Star Wars. This is something worldwide. So I broke out my OT box set and I watched some special features. And one of the special features was really, really, kind of hit me home in my heart a little bit. It's called Star Warriors. And I really encourage you guys to pick out your OT box set. Pop